after noon. Okay, that makes sure it's after.
Hey, how about that?
Nice. That's control. Nice. And you get all these damn pest controls and shit. I think it's gonna be much more fun. If the car got things flashed away, doesn't matter. There you go. That's pretty cool shit. Couldn't get this damn thing up.
valuable stuff for Papa Hodunk, and I ain't getting robbed again.
Not even robbed again. Guess if I should flop it, that stays on me. Oh, this one. 40% additional damage. That'd be good for that rocket, I guess.
Fathers incoming! Oh, so good! So good!
He's like, I got this! I guess that'd be good for rockets. Perfect. Yeah, I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do today. Don't know. I slept really good last night though. I lost weight. I dropped. Yeah, last night was, man, I was sore as fuck last night. Or yesterday. After working, I came home. I ate me a salad so I get some greens in me. A little bit of greens in me. A little bit of protein. I had a protein shake. I went to bed. And I was just sitting there like, I'm sore. Like, really fucking sore. So, I think I was like 217 or something like that. I know I didn't lose any muscle because I ate a lot of fucking protein at work. I brought a protein shake at work and that. And I ate a lot before I went in. I tend to always want to eat 8 eggs. So I've already ate like about 4 or 5 ounces of pork. I know people like pork in that, but it's pork tenderloin, so it's like super fucking stout. Yeah, say it like that. And like, we just had a lot of meat left over. We barbecued yesterday. My dad barbecued yesterday night, so we got a lot of meat left over. Yeah. So I lost 3 pounds. Or something like that. It was like 2.5 pounds worth of from yesterday to today. I've been working out really fucking hard. All I have to say is, like, I've been learning a lot about the body, man. Like, I know it's like, it's really, when you do a lot of work in that and you're working your ass off, you ain't eating enough food. Your body actually goes in the opposite direction. When you lose too much muscle mass, you actually gain more fat. I mean, it takes a long time to lose muscle mass. You do not eat for like days. But it was pretty good. Pretty good day. Pretty good day at work. Only one thing happened at work that's, you know,
It's the place to catch a ride.
kind of interesting to talk about now. So, this is the biggest problem with, I would say, the workplace. And this is the reason why I don't suggest that it should happen. When people can't express themselves of something very, like, obviously, like, they're like, complimenting someone, and you're afraid that something's going to happen. I think it's stupid. I don't really like that. I like if people have the freedom to speak what they want to speak, as long as they're not ignorant about it, you know?
John, you're bad! Whoa!
That's how I would actually like deal with it. Like if you're ignorant about it, you have a bad tone of voice, or you're just like kind of a fucking asshole, then yeah, I can understand why people get in trouble with that shit. But if you're complimenting something, like say someone's looks, for instance, and you think there's someone that's attractive, and you say, "Oh wow," it's like I think you know that you're attractive or something. I don't think anything should be promoted to be bad. I believe in people to be able to talk. They have feelings for something, and they don't want to, say, push those feelings to the max, but they still want to have people notice it. Which is fine, that's how it should be. Then it should happen. I don't think anyone should postpone their own feelings about something.
Bang!
I don't believe in that shit at all. I think it's stupid and honestly kind of ignorant. Now, if people become really addicted to it, and they keep on using it, and using it, and using it, and all of a sudden, you know, they're fucking, like, overbearing themselves with it, yeah. When it gets to that stalky point of view, you're like, yeah, you're doing way too much in that. And so you haven't, like, announced it, but, like, if someone says something, like, if a man calls a girl cute or something like that, or I find you attractive, you know, people would say, oh, it's going to be a sexual thing. In some senses, yeah. But that doesn't mean that's going to be activated like that. And normally it does not. And yes, there were flying bodies. That's what there was. I don't think it's snipe anyone from here. Get the graphics, please. Well, I can't wait to get on the fourth one. I'm so excited about it. I don't know a lot about it other than the characters. It's pretty cool. You get a ninja character, you got that demon siren with that and that. You got the big barbarian motherfucker that like fuck out people. But yeah, that's one of the things that kind of does bug me. And because the person said something like that, and the way they said it was like, they said it out of context. They were like, oh, is that like I can call you attractive?
Thanks for the scratch.
or a good word, a complimented word, because that's how they feel. Is to say, you know, I mean, yeah, you can look at it from a sexual position, anyone can, but is it necessary? No. Our society's come down to that. That's all they ponder about is how sexual this is, how sexual that is, how sexual this is, and it's just like, are you serious? Like, you don't have to do it like that. You can compliment someone without wanting to fuck them. You can compliment someone without wanting to do any interactions other than, you know, a compliment. And I get it, it's hard to not think like that, because I think if people are attracted to someone, then more less likely it's going to be down to, yeah, they probably want to, you know, get close to you and have sex. That's not how attraction often works. You feel a mate growing up. The sad thing is, like, people they go from 1 to 10 instantly with that stuff. They're being like, oh, it's like, oh, I think you're, you know, really attractive today. You know, you gotta, you know, you compliment them. It makes people fucking happy. You know, but saying that, you know, oh, you're gonna get in trouble for that. I said no. You know, because it's stupid. Why would you get in trouble for something that most people tend to do a lot of?
Let's make face gravy! Why shoot friends?
And I get it, you know, people get upset about that, you know, they're like, oh, I'm scared to speak my mind. Yeah, I get it. You know, I mean, that is extremely attractive to the women that, like, they can never compliment me. I even had to ask them to compliment me. I remember up at Hooters and that, I was sitting there, like, one of the girls, like, that's how the little thing. And, she sat there, and I had the boys around me, and I said, you girls always want everybody else to compliment you, but you can't compliment us. You can't say, oh, hey, you know, you're attractive, you know, you guys are looking good back there, you know, stuff like that, like simple shit. You girls get complimented day and night. You get your titties all hanging out, you know, you get your stuffy shit on that. And I understand, you know, not every guy's gonna be the most hot fucking six-pack fucking model-looking dude. Which is true. But like, people are still gonna have somewhat of attractive. And finally, one of the girls called me. She's like, "Oh, you know, you called me a big sexy hunk or some bullshit like that." I'm like, "Okay, like, yeah, it made me feel better." And that's what it is. It boosted up my whole entire day just because you announced. That's how people should be in general. We should interact with, you know, with precision on how we feel about each other. Someone came up to me like, if a woman came up to me like, bumped her hip up against me and gave me a smile, my whole fucking day will be a lot better. That's how we should interact with each other. And we say, oh, it's kind of a tease. In some ways it is, but we should be teasing each other. We shouldn't be sitting there and be like, oh, I can't say nothing to that because this and that. Yeah, if you have a boyfriend, I understand. But like, when it comes down to it, like, as long as it's not sexual, it doesn't matter, right? That's the key.
I gotta pee.
If you don't make it, you can be slightly casual with someone and saying, oh, you look really pretty today. That'll boost up their self-esteem tenfold. And everybody knows it does. They'll feel a lot more ecstatic. Their body's hormones will regulate better. Their cortisol will fucking drop. Their stress levels will drop. Everything drops. This is how human beings were back then. Like, we would literally go up to people and just be like, wow, it's like, wow, you're really attractive. And that woman or man would fucking be like, oh, thank you. You know, their whole day would be better. Not even that their whole day would be better. The thought of it, that someone has noticed them, will continually go on in their head. I remember almost every single woman that called me attractive. Almost every single woman that called me attractive. If I think about it, it makes me fucking happy to be noticed, right? That's how we should be in general with people. I don't care about your fucking network bullshit. You know, these interactions should be in full. Because it'd be beautiful. You would show a sign of beauty. You know, nowadays there's a lot of perverted actions going on there, you know, and honestly, kill so many people during the daytime. I forgot there's an actual nighttime in this game. You know, and like, I know people get scared of it now because corporations, they say, you know, if someone has to speak their mind at towards something that they really want to say, they shouldn't get in trouble for it. And no company should ban expression of someone's mind. I think that's crucially fucking ignorant and stupid. Because that's just the whole point of having a fucking brain, to be able to express certain thoughts and that. And I get it, some people don't want to do it, you know, because they're scared or whatever it is. But that's what condemns our mind. That's what leads to mass anxiety and mass depression. You can't express. Someone keeps telling you no. Yeah, you're gonna have psychological fucking issues, and you're gonna sit there and be like, "Why can't I express myself?" Because that's the difference between a kid and that. Kids don't give a fuck. Kids will literally express exactly what's on their mind. If they feel like that's wrong, they will express themselves. And that's one of the biggest things that adults tend to not do. I can't express myself. I'll get in trouble. Like at work and that. I can't call, you know, if I call a girl that's like, if I call all the girls on my job, I find them very attractive. Like the whole thing would be fucking weird. Even though it's a natural response to call people attractive. There's no reason to not.
Fathers incoming!
And that's one of the biggest things that always seems to hit a lot of people, and that they get really fucking confused with this shit. They're like, why am I getting banned from something? Why am I getting harmed? So why is my life getting screwed over now just because I'm trying to express myself? Exactly.
Ha! Welcome!
You know, it gets to that point where you're just like, that's stupid. It is fucking stupid. Like, I remember I was working at Hooters, I literally got in trouble now because I said I wouldn't mind dating a black girl. And a black inner city girl that was a fucking really racist towards whites, I guess. She literally called out racism towards me. And like, well, you can't be saying that stuff now. Like, so if a woman feels like something's happening, you should be instantly saying like, hey, that's what it is. I'm like, and it was two of us talking about it. You know, we brought up our interest in that. We're fucking men. I'm like, what do you want me to do? And I said, how I told her, it was my GM and that. I was like, how the hell is that racist? Like, well, just try not to say anything. I'm like, yeah. Like, okay, I guess I can, but honestly, that's not the fucking truth. You're basically calling me a fucking racist, which is discriminatory on her part, which I could sue the company for, because there wasn't any discrepancy of anything towards anybody. It was a private conversation that someone ended up barely fucking hearing about two boys talking about their interests. And you get to the point of like, yeah, this company knows a fucking joke, and that's why they're falling apart. Yeah, you solicit women sexually to make fucking money off them. That's fucking awesome. And now their company is falling apart, evidently. Because, you know, booty doesn't sell anymore because there's too much booty online and all the money's going towards that. That's basically what it is. There's too much ass, and the girl's ass ain't important anymore. Not much people fucking, you know, want to disagree with that and all stuff like that, but it's coming down to that truth. And you can't fucking blame guys. Because guys are fucking tired of it. We're tired of being shackled down because we're interested in something that almost everybody is a sexual interaction. And of course, only attractive looking dudes can be able to do it. You know, guys that don't have any attraction or very low attraction, they get stuck with the biggest bullshit. And that's what it is. Like, if you can't express yourself, then what are you supposed to do? Back in the old days, it was the opposite. Back in the 90s and 80s and that, you could express yourself. The thing is, if men got out of line, then other men would come in and tell that man to fuck off. That's what it is. Let men control men. Don't let women control men.
That wasn't so hard.
Let men control men. That's how shit gets actually fucking done. Because men know how to control other men. If a man gets out of line, then a man will come up and be like, yo, fuck off, dude, you're a piece of shit. Don't say that shit. I'll beat your fucking face in. And then that man stops. Or he'll get fired. Now you're letting women control men. And then we can't actively express ourselves to a woman that we might be attracted to. Even though that woman won't care. I was like, how are we supposed to meet people if we can't meet them at work or meet them outside our house? You go on date sites. And once you fish on fucking date sites. That's funny. They disband your efforts. You can go to college and be the biggest fucking hoe in the world. Because you're spending money instead of gaining money. If you're gaining money at a workplace and that, they want to suspend your disbelief that you can't speak your ways of living. Because you might offend someone. Well, good. Let them all get offended. I don't give a fuck. If you got an issue, here's a fucking tissue. You know, fucking grow up. Grow past your bullshit. Not everyone's gonna believe in every little thing that you say. Or every little thing that you believe in. But doesn't mean you can't listen to people and how they talk. Because sometimes they might say something that's actually quite accurate. Actually quite good for you. Unfortunately, people, I guess, don't want to look from that perspective.
Oh, that was awesome!
Here he comes. And goodbye. So the whole point of this, what I'm talking about, you could express yourself. If someone doesn't like it, they probably won't respond to you, or they're not gonna feel anything about that. They'll flat out just fucking tell you. Like if an unattractive woman came up to me that was not attracted to me, or that I wasn't attracted to, like I didn't find anything attractive with her. Like if she's fat and that, I don't like fat girls, and just never did. I would be like, no, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, you're definitely not my type. And she can get upset about that, you know. what do I have to do to know? It's like, well, healthiness is a huge thing with anybody that's, you know, trying to find a good ratio. You see, like, fat chicks go for, like, certain types of men, and it depends on, like, the fatness of the woman, you know, how big her boobs are and that, you know. Some ratios can be met. Like I said, there has to be some sort of attraction for that man or for that woman. I can ignore a lot of things about that person because that one thing is just too attractive for me to not notice. It's like, when we look at ratios, especially men, it's always face, ass, stomach, tits.
Blam!
We always look at that ratio. I love the way he jumps and does that. So, if a woman's got a great ass, and she's got nice boobs, and say her face is average or whatever it might be in that context, then more or less likely we're going to be highly attracted. Especially if she's got a good personality, she's fun, she's easygoing, not a complete psychopath. Ugh. Then that's the ratio we're going to stick with. And all that has to do with reproduction. We want to reproduce with them. We want to bang them silly. I know people want to think, well, that's not how attraction should be. It's like, that is exactly what attraction is. It's a reproductive thing that we want to do. That means our eyes are looking at that person as someone we want to fucking have kids with. Or at least, you know, get close to. Because having kids is having kids is like a responsible thing. Like, oh wow. We start to fall in love. That's what love comes down to. You slowly start to get attracted to someone, you start to fall in love with them, because you want to get closer to them. So you start talking to them more, you start interacting with them more, you start feeling good with them. And when they respond to you the same way that, you know, that you respond to them, most likely you start to grow. And when you get to that point where you're growing in that with that person, eventually they're going to end up dating. Eventually they're going to end up fucking. They're going to end up going through that. All those things. Because the interactions are going to get closer and closer and closer and closer. And eventually someone's going to be like, I just can't say it anymore, you know. They're going to ponder about the person. They're going to think about the person too much. And then that person's going to be like, you know what, let's just fucking hang out. They're going to hang out and get to know each other for real. It's like, explain how relationships work. That's really how relationships work. It starts with attraction first. So if you're attracted to someone, when they say they're checking you out a lot, like checking your body out, looking at your face, they might have complimented you, there's an attraction ratio there. 100%. I mean, people may not think so in that, because they're like, oh, the workplace says I can't do this. It's like, fuck what the workplace thinks. No one else should care but you and the person that's attracted to you. That's just how it is. And that's what you have to go by. Now, the other thing after that, attraction will come in first, but then the personality comes in second. It formulates how long you can stay with that person, basically. Because if you're not affordable with that person with personality and that, it's gonna be hugely hard to stay with that person. So like if someone's a homebody, it's like me and that, I don't like going out a lot. I don't see the point in going out. I really don't. I only go out because I might get bored being at my house, or I'll do the gym and that to get a little bit of attention and affection here and there. But other than that, like, it doesn't really bother me. Like, I could be at home screaming, talking about psychology and that. Or preaching a couple good words of Christ. This stuff is amazing. That's the other thing people really do get offended about. Like, oh, you're religious and that means you do this and that. I follow the words of Christ to a certain extent. The words I say to a certain extent is because I haven't interacted 100% with every little thing that Christ has said. Because it's nearly impossible. And it's really fucking hard. Oh man, get another one. Look at the purple. Hard to kill. Actually, like hard to kill. Whee! Got it. Good damage from that. But yeah, so basically that's what happened. I'm actually thinking about that girl right now. I'm like analyzing like every little thing that she does in that. She seems to be pretty cool, honestly. So now that it has begun at my job now attraction has been spread. There's been notifications on who is trying to get closer to me and who is trying to just be at a bounce rate with me. But it has begun, like I kind of feel going to, because it happens every damn job. Not even maybe a month or so in.
How do you like that, pancake boy?
Get out of the way. But yeah, it has begun. Go figures. Now I have to watch out for jealous men. That's the biggest thing. I don't care what women think. Women are gonna be jealous no matter what. Be all optimistic as fuck. And they're gonna blame it all on the dudes. I blame it on the woman for whatever happens to that. But this is gonna be the trigger moment where I have to look at: is it going to be safe to sit there and interact with people and say if multiple people have an interest? Multiple people have interest in that, it could be a catastrophic fucking like all over the place mess of emotions. Because then another person might get more attracted, and another person will get more attracted. Also, I got like multiple people that are attracted to me in different ways, and then all of a sudden, I gotta deal with the backlash because instead of them probably blaming themselves, at least the ones that aren't expressing themselves, they're gonna blame me for every fucking thing, because that's what women typically like to do nowadays. They don't blame the man for everything. Oh, you're the reason why I listen. Oh, you chose this, and I'm just falling in with what your feels are. That's how men actually do it. Women throw out and express themselves, they throw out their feelings all over the damn place, and they attach themselves to certain things. And if a man's smart enough to know, then they're gonna sit there and they're gonna interact with those feels. That's exactly how it fucking works. And then if that man finds them feels comfortable enough and you're attracted enough, and that's how you formulate a relationship. Relationships form before you even say anything. As soon as someone catches your eye, you look them from head to toe, you're all like, wow, that person, from a man's perspective, you'd be like, she's rather fucking hot, rather attractive. You know, you might like the body of the person that, like, oh, you seem fit. You know, you got a fucking incredibly nice body in that. That's how normally interactions normally start. Say what you will and complain about it, blah, 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 but that's just how it is. And these are the interactions that we have to deal with day in, day out. And some people don't approve over it. Some people literally just fucking bash people for it. You should be doing this. I'll pull up rules and all this crap. If someone approaches me and has the confidence to say, "Hey, I think you're really attractive," in that I have to give them attention, because that is what breaks the mold. That's what connects the links of emotions. It's like, I think emotions are like tethers. We throw out emotions. They're little, like, they're our heart tethers. Some of them are very small, and some of them are very, big and that. But if we're attracted to someone, we throw out bigger tethers of emotions. So we'll attach ourselves to that person, and we'll try to see if they are attracted to us. And once they figure out they are, then the tethers get completed. And then we get emotionally connected. And yes, that's literally how emotions work. Because it's our heart, our spirit, our soul is connected. When people talk about soulmates, that's literally how we formulate soulmates. We attach our heart tethers, our emotional tethers to someone, and if enough of them attach, and we really fucking want to be close to that person, and that person thinks the same thing, then we fall in love. Now, you're falling in love. In love means you have to be married and under God to be in love. We say these things all the fucking time. I'm falling in love with you. Because it's not complete until marriage. And then you sanctify each other with God, and then you are lovers. People say, well, lovers is not as having sex. Yeah. Fucking someone's brains out is not loving. That's lusting. There's a difference. You're being greedy over that feeling of intimacy. You're intimate, but you're not in love. There's a fine line of difference of love. Love is God. The Father passes down His love, pours it onto us, and the sanctimonious of marriage. Like, you can love your family. Like, I love my family. Which means love has directions with it. Love normally means discipline. You love and care about someone. You want to discipline them. If there's something bad about them, like their health, or they might have, anything to do with health, but, mental issues, mental stuff like that, you're there to potentially make it better by disciplining them, by understanding them, and vice versa. If someone knows something about you, and you say, yeah, I don't have too much of a problem with it, but when they see the interactions do happen, like anger, for instance, no one wants to be with that angry fucking prick of a person. Chill the fuck out. Now, you can get upset, but you can't explode. Like, I exploded once in the last, 8 months. Maybe 6 months or something like that. When I was getting closer to my ex and that. And I exploded over one of my GM from my last job, because he's a fucking liar. He lies about stupid shit, and it's always about his personal life, himself. What he does. Not what other people do. That's weird, what he does. He has a manifestation of himself being something that he's not. And he lures himself into it. When people don't agree with him, he freaks the fuck out, and he starts taking junky shit. He starts taking pills and that, and smoking a fuckload of cigarettes. Yeah, that's what people do. They interact with things. Things don't completely go the way that they fantasize about inside their brain. They literally trigger and freak the fuck out. So yeah, welcome to real life. Real life is not a fucking book. Your book has been written by God. Your real life ain't a fictional book, and you're thinking that, you're a goblin or an orc or a hot dark elf and shit. You guys delude yourselves to feel that, what is reality. If you know reality, then you can play around with non-reality. Yeah, I like Borderlands reality. I play it. But I love my reality. I'm playing my personal reality game. I want to level up. I want to get stronger. I want to go on little adventures here and there. Eventually, and talk with people, interact with people, gain quests, understand what it is to be someone that's, trying to get better. As a kid, we miss, as a kid, when we become an adult, you miss being a kid. Because that's what kids do. They go on adventures. They dig holes. They play with grass. They play with ants and bugs. And, they sit there and they interact with real life. Nowadays, if you want to interact with real life, you have to go on your phone and socialize through text. But you can't talk in person. I gotta go on a date site to find some dating sites or dick sites. They're dicking sites. You want to get dick. You want to get pussy. They're fucking sex sites. 100%. Only very small percentage of people actually fucking interact and fall in love. They're all money-making machines. They don't want you to do that in person. They don't want you to interact in person, like at work. Or say if you go to the gym, if a dude shoots his load and gets rejected by a woman, and then, if the woman is nice enough, she'll just get a slight bit of attention. She'll be like, oh, you're not my style on that, because that's the guy I want. And it's probably some dude that actually lifts fucking weights that ignores the fucking shit out of her. And then the nice guy's always saying, well, why do you like him? He ignores you. He doesn't talk to you now. He's kind of an asshole. And the guy hears and he has a conversation with me. He's like, no, it's just I don't care. I've seen so much ass and pussy in my life and that. I know exactly what that woman wants. And it doesn't even matter if the woman wants to make up bullshit towards their girlfriends and this and that, which happened. What do you think women do when they talk? They fantasize about dudes they like. They talk about all kinds of shit. They bring up all kinds of stuff in that. Of course, they're just questions in their own head because they don't know the answers to them yet. Guys tend to do that too. Real guys don't. Like, I don't know. I'll talk about interactions. Like, oh yeah, this girl looked at me and she stares at me off. Like, one of the girls at the gym, she locks eyes with me. And it's kind of weird because I don't know why she does it. I might have a hint. But it's either like you're really attracted to me and you're just like, you don't like it or whatever. Or you don't like that I looked at you and you're starting to get really frustrated over and starting pulling that feminist bullshit. You're staring at me like, well, I'm staring at you because your reflection of makeup on your face is, terribly fucking a lot. You got like a whole inch thick of makeup on your face. Like, you come in the gym with fucking clown face and it looks so oily and so baked on, like I'm attractive. You got 100 pounds of makeup on you, bitch. It's like, no. Your body looks great because you go to the gym and that. But it's either you stress out a lot because your face is starting to show it. Face always shows how stressed out you are. That's why you get wrinkles. That's why your face starts to look older than your body. Because your face is the first thing that interacts how stressful you are. Like, people that don't stress out a lot, they're just like, I'm carefree, don't give a fuck. They don't age that much. They really don't. They age very slowly. That's why you see people that stress out a lot throughout their whole entire lives, and then when they get into their, 40s, late 40s and that, or even 50s, or getting closer to 60s and that, they blame age on it. It's like, it's not age. It's because you stress out too damn much. Your body regulates how you look through stress. So, like, I'm 35. I'll get 20-year-olds that fucking try to pick up on me. All the damn time. They'll smile at me and give me cute faces and that. They'll do, stupid shit, like stick their butts out in front of me and that. And it's just like, okay, cool. How many people don't want to believe that? But it's literally the fucking truth. And they tease. So I ignore them. They fucking hate it. Oh my God, why you ignore me? I'm hot and young and got a fat butt and all something. Yeah. Because in your mind, you're thinking that's what men want. Yeah. Young men are interactive with sexual tease a lot more. Because it's love. You're giving them affection through the way you do stuff. That's how women get affection. It's through sexual orientation. Men don't walk around with their cock and balls bulging out of their fucking pants. Because women couldn't fucking handle it. We give you respect. Women could not handle it. I walked around with my fucking cock hard as a fucking rock. Anywhere I go, I'm around a bunch of women that they couldn't. They'd freak the fuck out. They'd be drooling all over the fucking place. There'd be 100 of them in the fucking bathroom sitting there like not knowing how to deal with it. See, that's what men have to know how to deal with. Women walk around looking like fucking sluts. We don't pop boners. You know, we don't. Because we have to have self-control. Because that's our job. Not like we're busting fucking nuts all over the fucking damn place. You know, that's what like little fucking young men do. They get hard and they have to fucking go. They'll go to the bathroom really quick and fucking jack off. Fucking not even joking. I remember a lot of Hooter stories. One of the banjo girls there told me, yeah, guys really like jack off in the bathroom a lot. I'm like, well, I mean, I could see why. And that you girls are really attractive in that. They'll have like posters of them like modeling with their butts all hanging out and that. Of course, guys are gonna fucking jack off to it. I mean, of course, irresponsible, man. You know, they can't do it in the privacy of their home and that. I mean, that's just how it is. When you get that kind of like emotional push on you, and you're like, man, she's so hot, that ass is fat, tits look nice, and that. Of course you're gonna. Same thing with the women. That women lie about this a lot too. They're like, I don't do that. Some bullshit. You got more sensitivity around your body that turns you on than men do. A lot more. Probably like 10 times more. And the funny thing is, like, some people are just emotionally turned on. Say, like, getting someone comfortable. Say I talk about myself. To get me comfortable, to be able to, like, say, do things with me, you have to get me really comfortable with you. Because I throw out a lot of fucking, like, red flag alerts. If something doesn't go right, I'll literally be like, my body will react to it and I will push myself away. That's what happened to my ex. I pushed myself away slowly because there was red flags binging all over the fucking place. It was like an alarm set off inside my spirit. My heart was really like, this bitch is cool.
been several minutes since I've seen something explode. Not cool.
To my reputation.
You're nothing. Nothing! Oh, it's good to be me.
Hey, y'all! Welcome to the new and improved Catch a Ride!
When you think murder, think Marcus Munitions.
Ah. Ah. Everything about that was good! Look!
Hey, y'all! Welcome to the new and improved Catch a Ride! Now,
A fantastic day for capitalism. Don't have too much fun.
Think I hit something. I love it! That's my favorite bit! Oh, that was awesome! Best feeling ever!